In this episode tonight, coming up, it's more chat about football.
We're going to edit in post-production.
Well, we can edit in post-production, you know.
Well, it sounds professional. I'm just making it up. Now, what was going to...
I am professional. It's coming in and, you know, but we kept recording and, you know, hopefully, you know, you'll be able to pick out bits. And there was Tanaka at the end of it. £2. Oh, sorry. £2 for kids.
And if you want some entertainment, stand behind the manager's dugout. Hello! Yeah, it's this jumper again and that jacket, because we're still here! Ha ha! Corby Town TV, my name's Chuck. Hello, that's Michael.
Hello, we've been here for a whole week.
And we're not going home. I'm sleeping on the floor and drinking water out the faucet. Yes, faucet. If you don't like it, it's just a tap, really. So I like that bit. Where are we? Yeah, subscribe, hit the like button and hit the notification button. And every Monday night when we hit another podcast out on live, you will be notified first off. That's right, isn't it?
If we get any of the information wrong on our podcast, because sometimes, you know, we're filming in advance, that's the word, isn't it?
Yes.
So we can always change it or correct it in on social media and that. So we forgive us if we've got that.
You're going to edit in post-production.
Well, we can edit in post-production, you know.
Well, it sounds professional. I'm just making it up. Now, what was going to...
I am professional.
So we mentioned last week in the podcast that the halftime draw tickets...
Yeah.
They seem to be selling more, but apparently I failed to mention the fact it's all down to Luke. Well done, Luke, you dirty gooner. But, hey, he's doing a good job at Corby Town. Get yourself another Yorkie bar. Well done. He drives trucks, doesn't he?
Does he?
Yeah, so he's bound to like Yorkie bars, I think. Not for girls. Ladies, though. Now, here's another thing. So... that we're harking back to that penalty that Danny Gordon scored, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm just looking at Instagram. So I posted the goal when it happened because I filmed it. I'd already filmed the free kick, thinking he was likely to score that. That led to the handball, that led to the goal, that led to the penalty, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Now here's an interesting thing because it's been viewed only on Instagram 1,470 times.
Wow. But
here's the weird thing. 1,186 of us have watched it and we're followers. 284 people, that's nearly 300 people, don't follow Corby Town, have watched the goal. So, he's liking that. 1,600 people have seen it and 136 have liked it. We like it because there it is. Oh, it sounds great. Oh. That's what it sounds like. Sound of success, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you think people, I mean, no, I won't say do you think, we know by now, people quite like all these short things, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Twitter, whether it be Instagram, whether it be TikTok or whatever, people seem to... you know, like it. You're mentioning there the figures. I mean, I put Jack Keeble's header on.
Yeah.
I think the last time I looked, what was it, 7,000?
No.
Something like that. But people just seem to like it.
Like the short things.
Yeah, they seem to.
Like you last week in the podcast, because you like Connor Tomlinson. He's quite short, isn't he?
That was about the chairman, wasn't it?
He's a bit short and all.
You mentioned about his dog.
He's very short.
Anyways, here's one. I spoke to Billy the other day, and if you don't know, Billy runs the club shop.
We are aware of him.
We are aware of him, yeah? Old shirts, and there's my red top. Yeah. Cool. We like that one, don't we? Apart from it's red, it would have been nice if it had been blue, but there you are. Yeah. Anyways, going back to the club shop, Billy's taken orders for Christmas, and he has got shirts. Obviously, you'll know the white shirts have been available for the second season of the white shirt.
Yeah.
And the blue ones are there. I think they have all the sizes going up to double XL.
Excellent.
And I do believe the last time I had a word with Billy, it were £28 for kids and £35 for adults. They do have other memorabilia in there as well.
Well, they've got some nice club ties now, a new design club tie. They've got some nice mugs that you can even have your name written on them. But it's got the club crest each side of the mug, so it doesn't matter whether you're right-handed or left-handed. You know, you can drink, and it will show the club badge. They're quite cool, quite a nice mug.
Nice grey jumpers.
Grey jumpers.
Grey pullover.
With a
Corby
badge
logo on it.
And they've also got some new pin badges as well. I think I don't know why it is, but we seem to get a lot of ground hoppers come to Corby. Probably because they've seen the pictures. Probably because of us. They've seen the pictures. They're seeing the digital footprint that we're creating. And they're going, well, that seems like a nice place to go. So they come along and they always want a bit of a pin badge to say they've been here, which I think is pretty cool. You know, but there's also other people who want a pin badge because they want to wear it on a nice jacket when they're out in town, when they're out at the nightclubs, disco dancing. They've got a nice Corby Town pin badge on, and we all like to strut our stuff, disco dancing in a nightclub down at Decades, maybe. No.
No. One of the things they haven't got in there, because I asked him, because I wanted a new one. They haven't got any hats.
No hats.
No hats, apparently. They're on order.
Right.
That was going from the day we play Sutton Coldfield. It might be worth checking in with Billy, and if that changes when they're in, we'll let you know.
And we still need to get confirmation if the club shop's going to be open on the 16th of December when we don't actually have a game, because that would be the perfect time for you to go and buy all of this stuff, this great quality merchandise for, that day, a fortnight after, 10 days after.
Your favourite day of the year?
It's a horrible day, it's rubbish. So it's pointless getting out of bed, quite frankly. But that's what people want it for.
Really? Anyway, so I've got a I've got a bone to pick with you.
Hey!
The last time we were on here, right? Half an hour
ago.
Or the time before, right?
All right.
We don't play till Monday. We won't be top of the league. On Monday, we'll be top of the league. Ah! They've lost 2 in a row. What have you got to say now?
Well, I mean, the game against Chelsea was absolutely disastrous, wasn't it? That high line, just keep trying. As for the Wolves game, I was watching the second half here. On my phone, it was difficult to watch it. It was cutting up. It wasn't the best picture, and I didn't see them score that second goal. But 2 goals in 6 minutes at the end of a game shouldn't be happening. If you're a professional outfit, I know you're trying to go for the win. You're trying to break, and you let them go in the back door, and it's just horrible, quite frankly. And now I think we've got the international break. What's with that? Another international break. I'm sick of it. Yes, I will support England. Yes, I will watch them play football. But I hate the fans, and I don't like the intrusion. It just seems to be too many games now.
This was something that...
I'm glad you've just caved over the fact I've just said I hate the England fans. I do. I think they're the kind of people that you could see on the television over the weekend, Armistice weekend this is.
Late goals, it was something that... Gary, we had a little bit of a problem in. There was a few games when we conceded late goals.
Well, that Hinckley ALR game, that was late. That was horrible.
Who was the other one? Shepshed, both home and away.
Yeah. Wasn't it a late goal in the FA Cup that saw us out?
No, we got beat 4-0.
All right then.
Yeah.
There was a late goal. It was one game, and then they just one shot they had on target. It was in 89 minutes, and they just broke away and scored on the other end of the goal.
Well, right.
Maybe in the trophy, I don't know. But he was up here, innit? So, yeah, not good. But, I think they've sorted out the problems. I think every game we've said afterwards, we've had our interviews with Gary, you've interviewed him, I've interviewed him, and he's always said, our keeper has had to make 2 saves through the whole of the game. He's had 2 shots, he's saved it twice, and one's gone under him, and that's it. That's a goal. Whereas we're peppering their goal, other end of the pitch, 4 or 5 times, good chances, getting the ball over, and it's just not falling properly. And you know, we got a bit of luck maybe with that penalty, but I think it's luck that's deserved. And sometimes you have to make it your own. If you don't shout for that handball in the penalty box, it doesn't happen. So, yeah, I think that when we go away at Gresley, we'll be okay. The pitch might be a bit sticky. And then you've got 2 games here, which will probably be this week. If I was talking to the camera, it'll be this week. We've got Quorn here on Wednesday, and then we're at home.
Top of the table,
Yeah.
as they were.
Quorn?
No.
Luga Baruga.
Yeah.
So that's what Australians call Loughborough, because they don't quite understand the spelling that we use.
Luga Baruga.
Luga Baruga.
So in this league, we got Luga Baruga. We've got meat substitutes.
Yeah.
Or, whatever.
Market Harbour Town FC.
Market Harbour Town.
And the other one.
Anstey No Mates.
Anstey No Mates.
Can we think of any others?
Oh yeah, because you got Rushden and Higham Town, Diamonds United. Yeah, Rushden and Higham Town Diamonds United. They're not doing very well, are they?
No, they're having a rough time.
And also, I've just it's strange because this is Kettering have released their manager, and that's the game before they could be playing Corby, weather dependent. So that could have all happened. They probably brought somebody in, but it's the Hillier Cup. I don't care about the Hillier Cup. I don't think we should be playing it on a Wednesday evening. I don't think we should be utilising energy and electricity to run the lights. I think these games should be played behind the closed doors. If not, they should be played in pre-season, Saturday afternoons. All the teams in one place, put all the money in a pot and give it to the NFA. But to be played on a cold Wednesday night with the lights on, it's a waste of energy and money for every team in that cup competition.
Do you know, we asked permission when we go over there, whether we could, film from their tower, and we were denied access.
Where's that?
At Kettering.
At Kettering?
Yeah, they denied us access, even though they probably won't be filming the game.
Do you know what? It's weird, because I came out of this game on the game versus Sutton Coldfield. I came out of there and I went down the road to a mate of mine's. It was a memorial kind of gig. He died out in Thailand, and they had a mass here for him in Corby. He was a Corby lad. James Brennan, respect to all your friends, family, and such. It was a lovely do, nice to be involved. But I was speaking to a Kettering Town fan, right? So there was a point to this, and he was saying he's a Kettering Town fan. He goes watches the Ploppies. There's another one, Ploppies.
Ploppies.
And he actually does a little bit of their social media.
Okay.
Right? So he does a little bit what we're doing here. And he was saying, it seems that since the changes that have gone on behind the scenes with the people that are running the club, with the people that have put the money in, with the people that are now taking the chair, they don't appreciate the fact that if it wasn't for Corby Town, there wouldn't even be a Kettering Town anymore, because they used our ground. We allowed them to use our ground when they had nowhere else to go. And it was at that point, if they hadn't have come to Corby, and their fans wouldn't come here, their attendances here were quite low. But they came here, they played their football, they stayed in the league. And if it wasn't for Corby helping them out, they wouldn't be playing football, they'd have folded. And they need to respect and understand that, because if it wasn't for their neighbours, they wouldn't be where they are now.
Yeah, probably right. They're, we're not going to talk about...
Because they went to their other neighbours first, and they ended up using that ground at the Diamonds before that was pulled down. £6 million worth of football ground, turfed and flattened, right? And they were playing there. And, I've not been to Burton Park Wanderers, wherever.
You've never been?
I've never been to Burton Park.
Okay.
But it just sounds like you're going up to watch a game a bit like in a field down at Westcliff Park.
Well, Kettering has done an awful lot of work to it, and they've had to put certain things in. Before Kettering went in there, just think along the lines of SNL. Really.
Yeah. And
You know, it's not that way anymore. They put new stands in, and
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
the new
they
fencing.
had
You
to.
know,
You have to have these stipulations to be in the league that you're in.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes when you go around these non-league grounds, you kind of think, well, what are they doing here? Why are they in this league? There's no standing area. There's no sitting area. There's no covered area. There's no press bench. There's no Wi-Fi. There's absolutely nothing. Things that we have here at Steel Park that they don't have at other grounds. And then you go to Market Harbour Town FC, and it's like playing in a cage. It's like playing in a school's cage, isn't it? Shocking. I mean, fair enough. You've got a nice tea bar, and they make lots of money out of their the cafeteria. But it's not a football ground, is it? It's like watching caged football.
I don't know. I actually quite like it, but then I spent time there, so I'm not just saying that. I'm being honest. They're, you know, the people that run the club are friendly enough. You know, sometimes they have issues, don't they, with some of the younger supporters. We're not just saying that, but the same as any club, really. There's an element there that seems to go to some of the games now and again. Same issues that we've had here in the past.
I don't want to turn into an old grumpy man, but is this not down to the fact that kids, if they're under 16, they should be at the football with their parents. And if their parents aren't going to manage them, nobody else is allowed to anymore. So if I said to a kid, can you stop that, sit down and watch the football, somebody will tell me off.
Yeah.
When, quite frankly, somebody should have told that kid off for not sitting down, shutting up and watching the football.
Yep.
So if you're a parent, it's your fault. See, I've just flattened everybody. That's it.
Anyways, getting back on track. we go away from that.
Yeah.
A couple
Before
of
we start about politics today.
Yeah.
Oh, what a nightmare. So, yeah.
A couple of questions have been asked, and
Cameron.
I guess these may be aimed at myself. And the only reason I'm saying that is because they may be technical questions. But a couple of people requesting that why can't we broadcast one or two of these podcasts live? Now, this may be possible. What you've got to understand is when you're broadcasting live, you're going into the different realms of, we have all the cameras to do it, right? But then you need the software to be able to run it, and you need a host. The cameras go in, you have a host, and then the host sends it to YouTube, Facebook, whatever. And there may be a possibility of doing it.
Thinking about it, because you've not mentioned this, so you could actually do Facebook Live, but it would only be filmed with a camera, with a camera phone.
No, with them.
Really?
Yeah.
No. So
yeah,
you could do it if we linked it through.
It's run through a free program called OBS, and it allows you to do video streaming. Now, whether we want to go there or whether we do a trial on one episode sometime in the future, I don't know. It all depends on Wi-Fi and everything like that. I think the reason why people were asking was so we could respond to questions that came up on the screen. So it was more direct.
Well, we could maybe do that. Maybe part of it, we could film an as live, and we could do it as live, but we could also film it so it goes out in the next podcast.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So we could sit here one night in a designated time. We'd go live on the cameras. We'd film. We'd talk to whoever's there, answer your questions, and then we'd film it as well. And we could then use it for anybody that doesn't see it, they can catch it up. It's like catch-up TV.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are we on TV then?
Yeah.
Do you cast it to your TV?
I do. What, these?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to see me big on the telly.
I can see me big now.
Yeah. It's
We can run things like that, can't we?
So it's all good. So there's technical things that we can do. Some things we can't do. We can't still film. If anybody's asking, we can't, as a club, we can't broadcast or share goals as they happen. So filming of goals as they happen. So if you're thinking, well, why did I film the penalty and then bung it straight out Instagram and Twitter, once upon a time known as X, it's because the club aren't allowed to. I can, but the club are not allowed to until 5:25.
No, that's right. There is a dead time, as I would call it, and it's from 2:45 to 5:25 on a Saturday afternoon. Not sure how it fits for league games or things like that. But another thing that clubs are doing, and it's maybe something that we could look at in the future, obviously, there is a site called Mixler. Now, Mixler is a site that allows you to broadcast live, as in like a radio.
All right.
So, hence, the way we could do it, we've got these microphones, and effectively you could have two people just commenting on the game. You would run it one to Mixler and one into the camera. So that is something that may be worth looking at.
The problem there is we don't have the bodies. And I have a problem upstairs. I'm doing Corby Radio, I'm doing BBC Radio Northampton, I'm tweeting, I'm taking photos.
That's
for
not
Instagram.
enough. That's no excuse.
And if there's something happens on the pitch, like a substitute, and I don't see it because I've got my head down. I'm meant to be the one on the PA shouting it out, but everybody knows. And we're still trying to sort out the sound on the PA. I thought it was better at the weekend.
No.
All right, okay.
Well, I've got a complaint to make, right? Every time we play at home, that sound coming out of that speaker near me deafens me. So going back to the live audio, could be done. I mean, for me personally, I could, when I'm filming, I could make comments during the game on one of the, but to have somebody else actually, projecting the game.
It's difficult, and that kind of thing.
It's something that I would like us to do at some point.
At this level of football, I'm not too sure whether it's because you want the fans to be there. You want the fans to be coming through the gate rather than sitting at home watching on the telly or sitting and doing that all day.
They do anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's who'd have them?
You do.
Bad parents.
Not all the fans can get to away games.
No, I understand that. That makes some sense.
A lot of people that say, "Well, social media's not very good. Social media this." Well, hang on a minute. I see stuff posted all over social media when we're playing games. I don't know any clubs that are any better than what we have to offer on match days. I don't know any clubs that are better than us as far as our under 18s coverage at the moment. I think we're offering a lot.
We are. And we've said, because I was in the studio at Corby Radio last Tuesday night and the stuff coming through from Spalding, when we scored and they didn't, there was nothing came through on their Twitter account. That, I find, is slightly unprofessional and a little bit kind of, we're not going to do that now. That's how it comes over.
Is it?
Yeah. And just grow up and get a bit adulty in your life and just do what happens. So it was a bit frustrating because it was on FWP, but it wasn't coming out as Spalding on their Twitter account. So
FWP got it wrong. The week before, they had Jacqueline sent off. And then on Tuesday night at Spalding, they had Jacqueline that scored a wonderful goal.
But the problem there is that comes not from FWP, that comes from the home team who are telling FWP what's happened.
Yeah.
So somebody is doing that live as live, and they're not updating their other kind of areas, they're just concentrating on one. So that's why you get fans going, I've seen something on Twitter, but I've not seen it on FWP, or I've seen it on the web pages and it's not there. And it just gets confusing. Because if you're going to do it for all of them, and don't let people down. It's just not good enough sometimes. And I just think, we're all volunteers, and some clubs have got more volunteers than others, but if you're not going to do it, state at the beginning of the game, we're not going to do it, and then people aren't going to get upset about it. So there you go. But you've got some, talking of coverage of the under-18s.
Yeah, we have
some coverage of the under-18s?
We've got a couple of games we're going to try and talk through as it goes along.
And we're going to watch
this might be a bit hit and miss, but we'll give it a go and then see where we are. There's me stretching to get it queued up, and hopefully, actually, you want to do your thing.
What, are we going to go and just cut to it like that?
Yeah.
All right then, you ready?
Okay, this is the first game away at Peterborough United Foundation.
On a plastic pitch, by
Yeah, it was played at Netherton United. It was a first goal scored by that man, Shea Brown. Long shot into the corner of the net.
Long and low. He's another short player, isn't he?
Yeah.
But this is Peterborough pulling one back. No, a great save by Stanley Roberts.
Yeah, Stanley made a great save. And then what happened was, from the resulting throw-in, Stanley saved it again, but he only managed to push the ball back into the path of the oncoming striker. And then, obviously, Peterborough made it.
Just picked it up. That's 1-1.
Picking before half-time, then there was a free kick laid into the box. And then Shea Brown was very unlucky where it hit the underside of the bar.
Oh, did that not go in? No. Where's that Russian referee?
Yeah, second half, the fog came down, and as it goes on, but earlier on in the second half, Nigel Messina got onto the end of a ball.
Nice low cross. Oh, you can see the fog now. Really is quite heavy, isn't it?
It's coming in, and you know, but we kept recording, and hopefully, you'll be able to pick out bits. And there was Tanaka at the end of it. He scored. He's actually a bit like Chris Ochi. He's the top scorer and comes off the bench.
Ah.
Yeah. And again, it was...
Wasn't this 4-1, this result?
Yeah, this one was 4-1. And the final goal came in by Tanaka. But before that, there was a fantastic ball put in. And how he didn't score, we don't know. But like I say, some neat play over on the near side where I was filming. Then it was put across the box, and then Tanaka was able to just...
That's a great... Yeah, fair. He's finished it well, but that's terrible defending.
Yeah.
There's another game now, so this is Corby again.
This is Stamford Young Daniels. Stamford started off quite well, put us under a bit of pressure, but a free kick came across, and there was a bit of a melee. Shane Brown put it in, and Harvey Stanizowski, I think that's how you pronounce it. If I've got that wrong, sorry, Harvey. Corby pressed a little bit more as the game first half wore on, and again, this was a fantastic shot that only just went wide. Corby was still putting on the pressure, and the keeper does well to tip that one onto the bar. Midway through the second half, again, it failed to clear the ball. Stamford, this was Harvey again, just putting one high and wide. Corby then broke away. It was that man again, and this is what Shea Brown does really, really well. Just his speed and his finishing is like no other, really. Whether this man or young lad can actually move it up. Straight at the start of the second half, Stamford actually got a goal back. This one was well taken, although it did seem to go under Stanley Roberts as well. But
looked
you can't blame him. Again, another night where the fog come down. This was the goal of the game. Adeline Thompson straight in the top corner.
You may have seen that on social media already.
You will have seen that on there, and they're going well at the moment. But Stamford were never out of the game, always posed a threat. They hadn't been beaten before this game.
No. Well, neither team have been beaten all season, have they?
No, they hadn't. And it was a tough old game for Corby. And I think what you're seeing here now is the final goal. Again, Tanaka coming off the bench, just does enough to see off the two defenders and then tucks it into the corner. So that was 2 4-1 victories for Corby. Obviously, since then, they were supposed to play Blackstones, but that game was actually called off. And then the one tonight is called off. This was the final moment of the game, and I'm not sure why Stanley was trying to do it with that hand. But anyways, yeah, that was it, Chuck.
It didn't go in.
No, it didn't go in. And
so he stands tall.
That, how do you feel it's looking for the youth team?
I think they look quite well. Look like they know what they're doing, and they've been drilled well in performing on pitch. So, if you're a Corby Town fan and you're missing a bit of football, I don't know if there's going to be a game around the point of the mid-December, because there might be a couple of fixtures now that are going to back up. But certainly get yourself up here.
Blackstones and the Kettering game will have to be
So
rearranged.
get yourself up here, watch the under 18s, and
£4.
£4.
£2. Oh, sorry. £2 for kids.
And if you want some entertainment, stand behind the manager's dugout. Because you can have a chat with Tiff. So yeah, it's and it's also good to see. I mean, Tiff's an ex-Corby Town player, so it's good to see him there.
Yep.
And he's got Colin by his side, Colin Hutchison, who everybody knows in Corby because he had his house fitted by the SOS team, which is
Really?
yeah, I watched that on the telly. It's all right. It's good to watch. But I think they're doing after last season because they were pretty new to it.
Yep.
And they've come through and they've understood and they've brought the lads on and I think they're playing good football and it's good to watch and it's nice to see that they're still unbeaten and they're building up games now. So they don't play as many games as the first team, but you know when they've got a game, get up here, support the boys. So every team wears black and white shirt, Corby Town. They're still Corby Town. Get up here and
The
support.
one player I know they're going to lose at the end of the season is Shea Brown because he's obviously then clicked over into the wrong age group, which effectively puts him in.
He should be
adult football.
He should be. He's already signed on.
Yep.
He signed on for Corby Town first team. So they need to use him. And I think maybe with some of the issues that Gary's got with players injured, it wouldn't do it any harm to put him on the bench and give him 10 minutes. You know, if they're winning from a point like that, he's going to come on. He's going to get knocked around. I'm not saying he's lightweight, but, you know, but it might fox a few of those teams and thinking, oh, he's just a young lad, because we know that he's got fast feet and he'll be away and he's got the eye for goal.
Watching
and I
the
think that's what you need.
you can see he's a good finisher.
So,
do you think the Hillier Cup's a good environment to try and blood a player like that in?
Well, we know my opinions on the Hillier Cup, and it really shouldn't be happening.
Yeah,
but,
take that away.
But
from
I think if you're going to use it, and some of the other teams do only put out half a team, you know, I don't know what kind of team Kettering think they might put out when they play Corby, or if they did play Corby. But you know, it's maybe they're of the opinion they don't want to be playing it either, because they've got better things to do, because they've got to win games to stay up. Where are they in the league? Because they got beat at the weekend again, didn't
Fourth
they?
bottom.
Fourth bottom.
Yeah,
So,
I think they're fourth bottom. They were in the bottom three. I don't know whether that's changed now.
I mean, oddly enough, do we want them, because it's a bit nip and tuck at the moment, if we didn't go up and they came down, do we want them to be in the same league, or do you think they would?
I don't think they would.
They'd cry and go, we want to go in the Southern Division.
Well, they're in the sub now, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't think they'd put us both in the same league. I honestly
Well, we thought
believe
that I've had Diamonds, and they have. So that's Rushton and Higham Town Diamonds United. So yeah, it's we'll have to wait and see. But there's a lot of football to be played before then.
Is it?
That happening? Yeah.
We've got loads of football.
Oh, loads of football. We've got
You
it
reckon?
Till the end of April, which is just as well, because I've already got a ticket for a festival in May.
Was it? Bearded Theory.
Bearded Theory.
Jane's Addiction. If you don't like Jane's Addiction, then
There's something wrong with you.
you know.
But then
something
again,
wrong with
New
you.
Model Army are playing as well.
They are
Not
indeed.
just a good name for a band.
Ferocious Dog.
Ferocious
They're playing.
Dog,
Yeah.
As is Jim Bob.
Jim Bob.
Jim Bob from Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine. So yeah, not Fruit Bat, who played in Corby lately, the other half of Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine. So yes, are you desperately trying to find a league position for the Ploppies? I'm going to call them the Ploppies now. It's out. I've already said it once. So you know, they're not going to be watching this. Are they?
They're not updating it yet, simply because they're probably bottom.
Yeah. So we could have a look at the fan web pages, but yeah. But so there's lots of information there. You'd be able to watch that as we're talking over it. So I hope you enjoyed that. We are always here because we haven't left for 3 weeks, and we'll be watching football. We'll be at the Gresley game, I guess.
We will.
And we'll be up here on the 22nd for the game versus Meat Substitutes. And we'll be here on the weekend, the 25th, when we play Luga Bruga Dynamo.
Yep.
So
Can you
yeah,
remember the game after Luga Baruga?
we must be away.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I know the Saturday after that we're at home to Harbour. Harbour is a home game on.
Yes, that's the 9th.
On the 9th.
So there's a game early December, and we must be away. But
there is. I'm not going to look it up.
no,
again,
that's fine.
so.
But you check the social media for details. That's what it's there for. But in the meantime, I think there's not much more for us to go on. So thanks for everybody that's to help take part tonight. I hope if you're watching this and you're of the one of the youth team.
Yep.
If you're watching it, share it. Tell your friends.
This is the only place you can watch the youth team highlights. We're not putting it out anywhere else simply because we want people to watch the podcast.
Right. So there you go. It's fishing. So yeah, if you do see it, if you are watching it, share it from there. But it will, because we'll capture that.
That's me fishing, by the way.
I noticed. I recognise that. That's float fishing. So yeah, all good stuff. So in the meantime, what's that? It's another half an hour.
Yep, we're all good.
So just so you know, this is Corby Town TV. We are on the YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Please like and click the notification button so you'll always be aware when we go live on a Monday night to get these podcasts.
And this is Chuck.
I am. And that is Michael.
I am.
So there. We'll see you again soon. Take care.